and the boot of Theodore puts it out of play on the full. Well, that was teamwork at its best. Clever play by Davis, on to Elliott, hand pass to Theodore, and a wasted kick by Theodore.
Good passage of play by St Kilda. That's the best football we've seen so far. Beautiful football. As the ball's kicked here by Fitzroy, mark taken by Searle. Searle's kick and turn brings the ball on to St Kilda's right half forward line. There, McMahon knocks the ball forward. He's under pressure here. He's going to get a free kick for pushing the back. McMahon to take the free. There's his kicker. Oh, it's almost a grubber. Chance here for Reynolds. Reynolds gets tackled too high. Moran courageously gets out of trouble for St Kilda, sends the ball onto their right half forward line. Theodore's racing to the ball. He's going to be met solidly as he goes through and crashed his way through. Lawrence is there to back him up. Lawrence a hand pass, finds Colling. Colling lines up the goal and puts it through. This is teamwork plus by St Kilda. That's goal number 4 in about 5 minutes, and they're really outplaying Fitzroy at this point of time. They move on to 7-3. The Fitzroy 4-1 at about the 8.5, 9-minute mark of the second quarter.
And from that ball up in the centre, a free kick going Elliott's way for St Kilda. Towards Davis. He doesn't judge the ball well, neither does Searle. Out into the open it comes. Davis still in pursuit. Manzi ran into him, but it's to St Kilda's advantage. And up towards half forward it goes. In streams Colling again. Drives it towards goal, but the free kick, the mark, will be taken by McCulloch in that full-back line.
McCulloch playing the defensive wing, sending the ball out onto the outer side of the ground. There, Stewie Trott says himself, knocks the ball forward. It's picked up here by Fitzroy. Richardson's got it here, breaks a tackle, sends the ball forward. He spilled heavily after kicking the ball, and the free kick is going against St Kilda, and will be taken further field by Fitzroy. There, I think it is there to take it. There, runs round the man in the mark, but he's going to be taken back. Not there.
No, it's Wilson.
It's Wilson. Wilson to take the free for Fitzroy. Midfield on the outer side. There's his kick, grabbed along the ground. Not well done at all. Chance here for St Kilda as Reynolds gets the ball forward. It's grabbed here by Thompson and Fitzroy, smothered by Stewie Trott. He couldn't trap it though. Trott comes to the ball again, kicks it along the ground. It comes out wide where Malthouse is racing to it for St Kilda. Just gets it in time. He's held. I think we'll get the free kick. Wasn't in possession, and Malthouse will take the free kick for St Kilda. Midfield on the outer side. His kick towards centre half forward. Big pack there. Chance for Davis. Davis, cleverly gets clear of the ball, and then finds that he's frustrated in kicking it. As you see, a big pack developing. An umpire coach right on the spot is going to talk to Brown and Lawrence. They're having a little exchange there. Temper's somewhat frayed as trainers come out, and they're still milling around. Just look at them. An umpire coach talking to the captain of Fitzroy, Murphy.
Barry Lawrence hasn't got much hair. He almost had none after that little exchange.
There must be about 20, 25 players milling around the ball on St Kilda's centre half forward position. Umpire coach is talking to a few players, just saying, well, look, fellows, you better cool down because I'm not going to bounce this ball the way you are now. There'd be 20 around the ball, wouldn't there?
At least.
At least at this point of time. He's trying to get them away and get them back and out of the trouble spot.
That's sensible umpiring. Very intelligent umpiring. Brown taps it down into the hands of Moran of St Kilda. A long kick by Moran. Down towards goal.
He did the rest, didn't he?
There was no question. The moment his hands went in the air, there was no question who was going to take it. It was Gull all the way. Would be the most improved player I've seen this season. Goal number 8 and his second.
This young fellow, as you see now, well, there's the board. 8-3 now, St Kilda. Kevin, how many goals have they kicked and in how many minutes? I should say they put on about 5 in
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Now, that's really scoring. There's Galt. I mentioned to Doug Hayward last year, I said he to me is emerging as one of the most improved players of the year, and he's taken off over where he left off last week. and is really impressive, both in the ruck and when spelling. And he's mobile, he's improved, his ground play is good, and I think he's going to be a big acquisition to the Saints this year.
And he's gained in strength too, Ken. Tapped down by Minot to Moran, who's playing a grand game. Moran could get the free kick. No, it's going to Richards. And the St Kilda crowd not happy with that decision. Richards drives it wide out towards the flank. Thompson takes the mark. Thompson, a very effective player for St Kilda, for Fitzroy last year, and carrying on in good fettle this year towards Rennick, whose kick goes, and across the field it goes towards Irwin, but Judson is too strong and paddles the ball out of danger to be thrown in.
Matter of fact, I thought Judson was a bit unlucky not to get a free kick there against Irwin for pushing the back.
Ruck contest. Minot, clever backhand knockdown, but it's going out to Irwin in pursuit. Picks it up cleverly, tries to hook it back. Minot flies, taps it down cleverly, and out of danger it is. Good play by Minot on that occasion. Good defensive football. Out of the danger area to be thrown in. 8-3, 51 St Kilda, 4-1, 25 Fitzroy. Magrambo wins the tap down on this occasion. Comes across towards Reynolds, who does it beautifully. Left foot's out of trouble, down towards the centre wing. Theodore flies. Kevin Murray's there to relieve. Runs into trouble. Taps across towards Trott. Trott towards centre half forward. Lawrence cleverly again. Dummies, breaks the tackle, runs over the ball eventually, but out of it he goes. Slams it towards goal. It's offline. In fact, it could be out on the full. Yes, it is. And the boundary umpire some 50 yards away. Quick movement of the ball by St Kilda. Lawrence, the architect, on their forward line. They've kicked 5 goals in the last 10 minutes. Ramsey tries to trap the ball. It's out of play again on the half-forward line for St Kilda. 51 plays 25, 15 minutes into the second term. Brown wins the tap down to Richards. A hand pass to Thompson. Thompson in turn across to Searle. On the half-back line it is now, near the boundary line, and McMahon picks it up on the half volley. Hasn't got a lot of pace, this boy. He'll have to quicken up a little bit. In comes Bonney, who came into the side in place of Green. His left foot kick is a long one towards centre half. Unbeatable in the air, Rodney Galt at centre half forward. 5 marks.
5 marks, and what's he got? 2 goals on the board, and this could be goal number 3. He's straight in front, about 35 yards out. Let's watch it. There it is on its way. It's straight through the middle. There's no mistake. Galt's 3rd goal, St Kilda's 9th. It's their 6th for the quarter, and they've completely outplayed Fitzroy so far in this quarter. We're at about the halfway mark, the 15-minute mark, in fact, just a shade over. And St Kilda have looked good. They've played with much better teamwork. They're keeping the ball moving, and their forward work is far more creative, and there's a great deal more understanding up forward than there is in the Fitzroy attack.
When you look through the St Kilda line of players, they've got many more prominent players. As Minot, unopposed on this occasion, takes the mark, and someone has infringed inside, takes the tap down. No, it was Minot that was infringed. I was looking for the player who encroached over the diamond area. The long kick by Minot. Wall in the way for Fitzroy. Pulls the mark down at centre half back.
I think the message has gone out to Wall. Get in front of Lawrence. And he did that time. Brings the ball to the centre of the ground. Elliott knocks the ball away. Stevens goes for a tackle. No free kick. Comes clear of the ball, though. Swings St Kilda forward again. Onto their centre half forward. There, Lawrence knocks the ball cleverly down to Theodore. Theodore tries a hand pass. It's smothered. It's knocked forward again by St Kilda. Out comes Malloy, I think it is, in defence for Fitzroy. Clears the ball out towards Richards. Richards having a chance to break away with it. Gets a hand pass to Thompson. Thompson swings Fitzroy forward. They're looking better at the moment. Onto their centre half forward position. St Kilda come out in defence pretty solidly. The whistle goes in the interim, and it's a free kick to Fitzroy, and will be taken by Serafini. Serafini to take the free, just over the left half forward line. I don't think he can get the distance. He's going to kick it in short. Looking there for Noonan. He comes out. The ball punched away from him. Grabbed by Judson. Judson sends it back where Jim O'Day goes for it. But coming from behind, a magnificent mark taken by Richards. He's the high flyer of the Fitzroy side. Not a tall man, but my word, he's a beautiful mark. There's a tremendous spring. Gets the ball in short here, but Stevens anticipated it, knocked it away. Comes to the ball cleverly. Gets it back to the centre of the ground. Chance there for Thompson. The ball eludes him. Out comes McCulloch. McCulloch's got a lead out wide. Sends it towards Wilson. It's punched away by Elliott. Murphy's moving to the ball. He's beaten for pace by Stewie Trott. Trott, the St Kilda skipper, sends the ball to the centre of the ground. There, Murray shouldn't have much trouble in marking and does. Murray's kick in short. Sends it out wide to Irwin. And Irwin marks for Fitzroy pretty well in the goal square. Or is it Dare? No, it's Dare. And Dare's kick is to centre half forward, and the mark taken by Serafini unopposed. Should have been punched away by St Kilda, but they didn't do so. And now Serafini has a chance to score. Maybe the wind will hold it up. I don't know.
Yes, Serafini has been moved to centre half forward for Fitzroy. It's a nice kick right into the 10-yard square. The breeze did hold it up, and almost a mark there to St Kilda. It comes down to Noonan here. Noonan picks it up quickly, fires it towards goal, but it's offline and one behind.
And that, I think, is Fitzroy's first score for the quarter at the 19-minute mark.
Yes, Noonan's personal tally for Fitzroy 1-1 of their 4-4 as Cowboy Neal prepares to kick the ball into play again. Fitzroy breaking down across their half-forward line. Cowboy Neal goes straight down the centre. Murphy tries to mark. Tries to smother too. In comes Elliott. Elliott was held. Umpire coach could not see that decision. He made it because of the crowd, and the mark taken by Collins, centre wing.
Colling will swing St Kilda forward. Sends it up towards Lawrence. He flies high. The ball punched away. McMahon comes in for Fitzroy. A bit slow, this fellow. Good battler, but a bit slow. The whistle goes, and what's going to happen? Oh, McMahon being spoken to. And the free kick is going to his opposite number 19, and Davis of St Kilda. And Davis will take the ball almost centre half forward. Davis so far has 2 goals on the board, but Galt's St Kilda's main goal kicker with 3. Davis lines it up from a long way out, and what a fabulous kick it is. A magnificent kick. Almost impossible. And these Fitzroy defenders just glared absolutely dumbfounded, and that's goal number 3 to Alan Davis. Lawrence so far has kicked how many goals, Thorold?
3, Ken.
3 to Lawrence. He's been very creative up forward, nevertheless. And he comes, lines it up, and it's a beautiful kick straight through the middle. Yet another one to St Kilda, and they go further ahead. They're in double figures, in the 20s now. 20 goals, 6. Magnificent kicking. 126 points to Fitzroy, 8-10, 58. And St Kilda, since quarter time, have been by far the superior team. They had a beautiful passage of play in the second quarter. In 16 minutes, they slammed on 7 goals, and that spelt the doom of Fitzroy, because they completely nonplussed them with brilliant teamwork and wonderful understanding up forward. The tap down grabbed here by Wilson. Wilson sending it to centre half forward, punched away by Reynolds. Reynolds been backed up here. The ball coming pretty close to the boundary line and will be thrown in. Reynolds, a good find for St Kilda. Young, their other star, I might mention at this point of time, went off in the first 5 minutes of the game with a knee injury. He was brilliant against Melbourne last week in his Victorian debut, but unfortunately today he left the ground in about the first 5 minutes. However, it's made no difference to the Saints as they really completely outplayed and outthought Fitzroy all day long. Serafini here to take the free. On the mark is Reynolds. And Serafini could put it through. The wind's dropped noticeably as Serafini lines it up. It's that little bit short. Cowboy Neal, yet another big mark. The big fellow, the big bulk of him, too strong, sends the ball out to Pays, who has come on the ground. He gets an awkward bounce. Can't trap the ball cleanly. Comes to it again. In trouble, though, as Fitzroy gather it in. Send a hand pass forward. It's come out here where it's picked up by Wilson. In short it goes. A nice pass. And no, it's not. Nipping in was Stevens. It was intended, all right, but Stevens read it so beautifully, didn't he? Now back to the centre of the ground they go with this kick, and the mark taken here by Fitzroy's McCulloch.
Big McCulloch, who's been the only big man worth his salt today for Fitzroy. A long kick up towards the centre half forward, punched away by Neal again. It comes to Malthouse, who's played a very serviceable game on the half-back flank. A ton of pace, as you see there. Threads the pass towards half forward, but it's marked by Malloy. Loy of Fitzroy. Kick smothered by Colling. Colling kick
over the mark, I think.
Yes, it looks like it. It looks like it. And the 15-yard penalty against Colling, Gary Colling, who had a head clash with Stephen Theodore in the third quarter, and he hasn't been the same player since. A very vigorous clash it was, and he was down for quite some time. Malloy looks for Lee Robertson, finds that player. Robertson came on in place of Thompson just a few moments ago. Robertson, a regular last year with the Fitzroy, and a good mark by Travis Pays, who came on the field in this final quarter. And Travis Pays, the popular figure with the St Kilda crowd, drives it to the outer half-back flank position. Elliott missed the mark. A chance there for Dare. He's bundled out of the way and will wait on it. The free kick will go against him for holding the ball and be taken by John Bonney, who came into the selected side in place of Barry Breen. Breen having that torn hamstring. And the mark is going to be paid to Fitzroy here, and it's Padley, the man on that half-back flank, to take it. 12 goals the difference in St Kilda's favour. A one-horse race by the Saints, and they've played superbly. And a good mark here to Fitzroy, and it's taken by Serafini, who was moved to centre-half forward in that third quarter. They've broken down repeatedly at that position. Fitzroy threads the pass up towards full forward, and the free kick will go to Fitzroy here, and it looks like Jeff Wilson is the player to take it. Hand pass going across towards Dare. Dare now 35 metres out, lines it up, and he's put it right through the centre. It's a pity Fitzroy couldn't have shown that teamwork earlier in the game. Dare's first goal and Fitzroy's ninth. 9-10-64, Fitzroy 126 to St Kilda.
And that's only Fitzroy's fifth goal since the first quarter. They led, in fact, by 5 points at quarter time. But St Kilda outplayed them in the second quarter with 43 points in front at half-time and 64 at three-quarter time. With really great football, there's Minot in the ruck, getting the tap out, a beauty too, and it's knocked across here to Pays, and away goes St Kilda in attack. Looking for Stevens up here, the little fellow sets himself for it and takes it, or is it Theodore? One of the two.
Stevens is right.
He seems to be everywhere, Stevens, today. He's not playing that forward pocket role quite as much. He's called on to do a great deal more roving now that Rossi Smith, of course, has been lost to Western Australia. Now Stevens coming in for goal number 5. Lines it up. The kick on its way. He's offline and through for a behind to St Kilda. Nevertheless, they've been right on the target as the scoreboard shows. 127 points to Fitzroy, 9-10-64, and we're about to enter the time-on period in the final quarter.
David Wall, back at full-back now, boots it out towards where Murphy has the chance. Murphy hasn't had a good day. Threads the hand pass to Dare. Dare now has time to steady. A lovely stab pass finds Lee Robertson. He quickly plays it on to Richards. Richards now up towards centre-half forward, and O'Day judges the ball much better and takes the mark. O'Day running into an opponent there. I don't think there was anything in that. The St Kilda crowd weren't very happy about it. It's a long kick marked by Searle at centre-half back. Searle now looks for the lead from Richards, finds that player, but it's crossed the ground stuff from Fitzroy. Not good football. Their goals behind. They want to go straight down the centre. Up towards centre-half forward it goes. Serafini, one hand, knocked down by Malthouse to Manzi. Manzi traps it again, high in the air towards centre wing. Bonney getting under it. Searle is there. Not Bonney, Davis it was. Beautifully done, Davis. Clever hand pass across to Malthouse, and St Kilda go forward again, and Malthouse is in trouble. It looks like a cramp. Yes. And Murray coming through the pack there for Fitzroy, puts it onto the right boot, out towards half-forward flank. Serafini and Lloyd there, not Serafini, it's Wilson. Wilson has it now, but is grabbed. We're not in possession, allows Judson in, boots it up towards half-forward, and the mark taken by Wall of Fitzroy. Across ground he goes towards centre-half forward. McCulloch almost takes it. It comes to Bonney of St Kilda. He looks for Colling at centre-half forward. It's just too long for that player. A chance for Wall of Fitzroy. He gathers it in nicely. Galt in pursuit. Can't catch him. Drives it out towards where Dare marks it for Fitzroy. Open spaces for Dare. Miles of room ahead of him. Stab pass up towards young Noonan, and Noonan marks just inside the boundary line, deep on the half-forward flank.
I think that's only his third mark for the day, Noonan. And there is player in trouble as Noonan boots the ball into the scoring zone for Fitzroy, and a nice mark taken by McMahon. McMahon within scoring range too. He's only about 25 yards out, angle about 45 degrees. It's been a great performance by the Saints today. Beautiful football, good backing up, excellent teamwork, excellent disposal as this kick from McMahon goes across and through for a goal, I think. Yes, it was through. A very good effort by McMahon, playing senior football for the first time this season. That's his first goal on the board, and Fitzroy move on to 10-10-70, St Kilda 27-127, and we're about 27.5 minutes into the final quarter. And there's Malthouse still cramped and on the ground. And St Kilda got both reserves on. Still, they haven't anything to worry about. There's a wonderful tap out coming out to Davis. Davis in turn to Elliott. Elliott driving the ball forward, waiting for it as Wall. It bounces awkwardly for him and is knocked through by Malloy. Rather foolishly, I thought. He could have brought it back to Wall, but he decided to punch it through defensively, and another behind goes on the board to the Saints. And to put the ball into players' Wall. He opened up at full-back, was moved. Lloyd went there, but he's back there again, and there's a kick in short and marked by Murphy. Malthouse still on the ground.
Murphy, not had a good day. Drives it out to centre wing, trapped by Judson. Booted back towards centre half forward, tapped down nicely by Fitzroy there. Searle sends the hand pass to Padley. Padley a low drop kick towards Lee Robertson, and has found that player. Robertson dummies, straightens up, sends it across towards Noonan. But it's too far into the hands of Cowboy Neal, who must have taken 5 or 6 marks because of ill-directed passes by the Fitzroy players.
8 all days.
8.
Taken Thorold, and there's his kick, bringing the ball out wide. The mark taken here by Searle. Well done too. Getting Davis out of position then as Searle sends the ball forward again. Up onto the centre half. Neal gets shoved right out. It goes unnoticed, but nevertheless Hayes clears the ball away for St Kilda. Sends it forward where the mark is taken by Searle. Searle's got a lead. In it comes short. It's all St Kilda though as Bonnie picks up the ball. Bonnie sending it forward for St Kilda. A chance here for Malloy. He picks it up. The whistle goes in the meantime, and I think a free kick is going back to Fitzroy and will be taken by Wall.
Wall or Big Austin, I think, it's gone back to the back pocket. Ken, the ruckman, was in the forward pocket earlier, and it's a high kick now towards centre wing. Oh, a chance there for St Kilda to get the free in the back, but it goes unnoticed. Picked up by Manzi, delivered up towards Gull, knocked away by Fitzroy. Coming through is Murray on this occasion. Oh, awkward-looking hand pass, but it's effective to Richards. Richards now kicks it up towards half-forward line, knocked away by O'Day. Chance now for Padley. He meets a solid, not Padley. It was McMahon met Grambo solidly, and Grambo felt the effects of that one too as it hit him in the kidney region. But not to be outdone, St Kilda have won this game handsomely all day as McCulloch gets knocked down to Lloyd on this occasion, and he makes no attempt to get rid of it. And, of course, the free kick will go to Stephen Theodore.
Well, the game very nearly over. We've had about 30 minutes of play in the final quarter, and it's been a great effort by St Kilda today. Brilliant football, completely outplayed and outthought and out-everything Fitzroy since the first quarter. The mark taken there by Richards of Fitzroy sends it out wide. Manzi gets up in front, but Irwin comes from behind to take a nice mark. Well judged mark. Took it right out of Manzi's hands. I thought he got his hands onto it first, and Irwin now sends Fitzroy forward onto their left half forward line. The mark taken here by Fitzroy's Wilson. Wilson, who's had a fairly quiet day, sends the ball forward. A beautifully directed kick and a nice mark taken in turn by the Fitzroy player Robertson, who came on in this final quarter. Has a chance to put it through too. He's about 30 yards out, straight in front. Let's see if he can post Fitzroy's 11th goal. There's the kick on its way. It's offline, very definitely offline, and a behind only. Fitzroy now 10-11-71 to St Kilda 28-128, and we've had about 32.5 minutes of play in the final quarter.
Well, it's been St Kilda right from the ruck area, ruck around the packs, and, of course, up on the forward line where they've had some grand players. Another mark there to Minot. It was not a mark, but still, I think umpire anticipated it. And the final siren sees St Kilda 20 goals 8, 128, annihilating Fitzroy, 10 goals 11,